Okay, after talking about the situation right now, let's go back to the future of education. What is it going to be like? Well, technology is exploding. It's like a new renaissance for human beings. It's like a crossroad. Now we're going into a really future that we cannot imagine. Imagine 10 years ago, not everybody has a phone. Now everybody has a phone, and with all kinds of knowledge you can have, and all kinds of communications you can do on your phone. And technology has pushed us so fast that many people cannot imagine what's going to happen in 20 years or in 10 years. So in a way, for young people, this is a big chance. This is like you have so much opportunities. Embrace the technology. Look at the future. Don't look at the small things in front of you. Imagine the future and you embrace it, you move on to it, and you own it. Then you would have a very, very purposeful and meaningful life. So don't be afraid of the technology around you. Learn how to use it, how to make it even better, and then how to use it in your life and to make lives for other people better. That is the way, I think, to go forward. So how can we educate children to be like that? The education is changing. Education system is changing. The way we teach children, the logistic is changing. Because of the pandemic, a lot of schools have started online teaching. It has been around for a long time, but because of the pandemic, not only in higher education, but also in the lower grades, in primary school and secondary schools, they are doing online learning. Online learning is a challenge, especially for young children, because not all children can stare at the screen and then learn. A lot of children likes the interactions with their parents or with their teachers or with their classmates. But if you have to sit down and look at the screen and learn, it may be difficult for some children. Some children, they can adapt very quickly. They can learn very fast, even through the screen, but some cannot. So for educators and for parents, what we must do now is we have to see which child can adapt and which child cannot. And for the children who cannot adapt, we have to spend more time with them, teach them how to learn through the screen, because this will be the future. So what does it tell us? For example, like my youngest son, he just graduated from his master's program this year. He's a computer science major with an emphasis on AI, artificial intelligence. Most of his computer science lectures, actually, during his undergraduate period, was already taught online. So you can go to the classroom, but the teacher will be there. The lecturer or the professor will be there. But you don't have to go there because all lessons are taped. So they can just go home and, for example, go to a party, hang out with their friends, and then midnight they can turn on the computer and listen to the lectures, watch the lectures, do their homework, hand it online, get graded online and sent back online. So this has been going on for a long time. But for younger children, this is a challenge. At the same time, not only for students, it is a challenge for teachers and parents, because teachers, not all teachers can adapt to this situation. Many teachers, they are better when they have an audience that they can interact. Even for myself, I like to teach in front of students. But so if you are teaching in front of a screen, you have to learn those skills. You have to make your lectures interesting for a child that you cannot really see. So that is also very difficult. So teachers have to learn new skills. And for parents, if their children doesn't like to learn on screen, they have to find the time to sit next to them to help them. And then when they come back, they have to try to, make them adapt to the new situation. And if she or he is a working parent, that means taking time out from work or have to find somebody to help the children. This is a challenge. It's very difficult, but this is coming. This is not going away. From now on, people are predicting that maybe we will not go to school like we used to go. Maybe we will not go 5 days, maybe 3 days, and then 2 days at home. Or maybe we won't even work 5 days. Parents, they may go to the office for 3 days and go back home for 2 days. And then so that they can alternate. And so in a way, the home will be the main education place. The children will learn at home. Or maybe not. Maybe they will have satellite stations where the children will go and gather and see each other. How about the schools? Well, usually the schools right now is a building with lots of classrooms. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe the schools would look more like a TV station. And then we don't need one building or one TV station for every school. So what happened is several schools can get together and build one school and then use them alternately. So we don't know, but that is coming. And we have to adapt to that situation. The logistic will change. At the same time, we don't need to be at the place where the school is. So the teacher doesn't need to be in Hong Kong. Like me, I'm actually now in Tokyo. I'm talking to you. So I can talk to students anywhere. That means students from anywhere can learn from me, which means we can have classmates and teachers and lecturers and professors from all over the world. So in a way, countries, borders, even language, because as technology advances, so immediate translation. So maybe somebody from Africa will be teaching you with their native tongue, and you can understand, and you can ask them questions. So the whole logistic will change, the whole structure will change, and we have to embrace it. We have to learn how to do it, and we have to thrive in this situation. So the teacher and children, the teacher and students, power relationship changes too. In the olden days, or even when I was young, it's like teachers knows best. Teacher know best. Teachers know best. And my parents have all the knowledge. Because they have all the knowledge and they are teaching us, so we have to respect them. Because from them, we get the knowledge. They are the sole guardian of knowledge and the sole provider of information. So we respect them, and then we have to listen to them. But now, it is not so, because from here, we can find all kinds of knowledge. Knowledge is no longer a priority or something that only the teachers have. Everybody can get information and from all kinds of sources. So if you want children or students to respect you, you not only have to have things that he doesn't know, you also have to have good ideas of teaching him how to find knowledge. So teachers are no longer just a provider of knowledge, but rather teachers is like a coach to a team or like a tour guide to a tour, pointing out which route the student should go to find the knowledge that they need. And the teachers with the most experience and the best way to find the best knowledge for the children will be well respected. You have to be honest, you have to be resourceful. So this is also a big challenge to the teachers. Now you don't have the authority that was given to you is just because you can read and write, or you have an expertise in one area. You have to be able to teach the children how to teach themselves. And the field is more level. Actually, I think it's a good experience for teachers, even for myself. That is, I have to have information for children that they didn't notice, but I did. So I get them to notice the new information, like for example, the children in the world. And then they will be able to explore in that area if they're interested. So that is how you're going to teach from now on. And that is very different. And one step forward. In the near future, I think many children would be taught by AI, artificial intelligence. It's already happening, like tutoring. Okay, you need a tutor, but it's expensive. But if you pay an AI or a computer program, it's easier. It's already happening in Japan and in America. You can pay to have these programs to teach you write better or teach you your lessons, things like that. So we will be taught by AI. And this is good in some ways because it's cheaper and maybe we can get the education for a wider population. But at the same time, the AI learns the lessons, learn how to teach us based on the big data. So what kind of data do we feed into the AI will be a big problem. And who is going to control that? That is also a big problem. It would be so easy to brainwash everybody or get fake news out there as if it's true, because we're using this technology to spread, and we're using this technology as we wish, because we're the one who's feeding in the data. So this will be a big challenge, how to control this, how to make this genuine and not harmful. And you see, a lot of people think that this is good, and some people think that this is bad. And so how do we decide which is good and which is bad, what to teach our children? This will be a big argument from now on. And how do we control Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? Do we just let them, anybody just put on fake stuff? But how do you say which is fake and which is not? Who's going to be the judge? This is really a very difficult situation right now for everybody. And you see, like, my son is into AI. So he says, AI discriminates, Mom. So we have to be very careful. I said, how do they discriminate? He said, because the AI base their knowledge on our data, and our data discriminates. For example, if you ask the AI, show me a picture of a doctor, a medical doctor, they will show you a white man. Because most of the programs are developed in America and Europe, they have the idea that a medical doctor, is a white man. But that's not true. There's so many women doctors, and there's so many doctors that of different races. But the AI may be discriminating. So for educators, this is one of the biggest problems that we're going to face.